Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Are people able to hear me?
Afternoon. You can hear you, sir.
Okay. And the rest, that's Mr. Martin. Yes. The rest, are you able to get me? Okay. So we shall be commencing soon. There's just one or two things that we are preparing with Mr. Wanzi in the background. Once those technical preps are done, we shall be able to commence very soon in the next few minutes. So I'm seeing there's only 12 of us that have been able to log in. Maybe we can remind our colleagues so that once we get started, we can hit the road running.
Hi, Brian. Is it me or you are quiet?
I'm here. I was actually waiting on you.
Okay, thank you. I know we just have like 19 people, but in the interest of time, I think we'll just proceed. If whoever joins, they'll find us along the way. So,
Okay.
as agreed, today, colleagues, we have Mike Michelo from Mongo Town Council. He will introduce himself, and today he'll be taking on today's class. And basically, today we'll be looking at how to, and he will introduce on what we're doing today. He's well equipped to handle and administer the website. So he will introduce which areas of the website we'll be looking at. So I think we're going to strictly, within a space of 1 hour, we'll see what we can cover. But as I said yesterday, we're not congesting it. We're looking stage by stage. So even if at the end of the week, we have 10 videos or 10 tutorials, at least each tutorial should be specifically designed or directed to a specific subject so that it's easy for one of you to catch whatever it is you need to get in case you miss it out during the lessons. So over to you, Brian. I think we've got about 20 colleagues here. But anyway, I don't know if others are using the same gadgets, but please go ahead. Over to you.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to be a bit interactive and a bit slow so that we can be able to really move together. So every now and then I'll be asking if we are together. Oh, once you said I should begin with introduction, I think from the introduction, most of you already know me. My name is Brian Mijelo. I'm the Senior Systems Analyst at Mongo Municipal Council. Yeah, and we'll be working together on the websites and any other issues that one or two of you might need assistance. So I'll just try to confirm if you're all able to hear me and if you can see my screen. I've shared my screen. Are we all able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so if we're together, you should be able to see my login screen. So I believe we all still remember how to get to our login screen. Just a brief recap. So that is the URL on how we get to our login screen. WP. So from the previous lessons that we've done with Wanzi, we all know that we use the name of our council. So if we look at our URL, for us, it's mongocouncil.gov.zm. Then there's the admin side, the /WP admin. This takes us to our login screen. Without adding the admin part of the URL, it means we are just viewing the website in the front end mode where every other person can be able to view. So I'll put in my credentials. I'm not sure if we've started receiving the emails for our credentials, but I'm sure we'll start receiving them soon. So we are familiar with the dashboard part. Once we log in, it takes us to the backend in the dashboard view. So yesterday, once it took us through the posting of stories, I'm sure we are now familiar with the menu on the far left side of our admin dashboard. So yesterday we looked at posts. Today we are going to look at how we can manipulate the landing page. The landing page, the first thing that our people see as they visit. So to get to the landing page, whilst we are in this admin back view mode, if I hover my cursor over the name of the council there, you see that there's a drop down that comes, which says visit site. Some of you, it will probably say view site. But the idea is that once I click there, it will take me to the front end view of the site. So I'm able to see the front end, but the difference is that I'm logged in. How do I know that I'm logged in? there's this ribbon at the top which is showing my tools. So this is the difference that I'm able to tell that I'm logged in as a back-end user, because there's this ribbon at the top that allows me to access the tools for editing the site. But if I was logged in as just a front-end user, I would not be able to see this ribbon. So far, are we comfortable? Are we together?
Yes, we are.
The chat is too quiet. You could be speaking to yourself. Okay, so we move ahead. So our website, once we are in this front-end view, we need to take recognition that our page is broken down into 3 major parts. There's the header, there's the body, and there's the footer at the bottom here, the footer. So we are able to manipulate these separately. So once I'm in this front-end view and I now want to manipulate this landing page, I'll click here where it says Edit with Elementor. So there are many other tools that we can use to manipulate the front end, but right now, as standard, we are all using Elementor. Those that are comfortable or as our skills develop, you can be able to explore Yellow Pencil, or you can be able to edit the page directly. But right now, the standard is that we are all using the Elementor plugin as our tool to be able to edit and manipulate our website. So I'll click here where it says Edit with Elementor, and notice what is going to happen to the page. Are we together so far?
Yes.
Okay. It's too quiet. Today's class is going to be interactive, so I'll be very happy if people are giving feedback. Okay. So we move on. Once my page has loaded in edit view, I'm sure we can see what happened to the page. It has now loaded in edit view. On my far left, I have the widgets now that I can be able to add to manipulate the page. So we can see from the widgets on the far left, I have add text, I have heading, I have image, I have what? These are the different tools that will be able to allow us to build the different elements that are on our page. So like I earlier indicated, our page is divided into 3 major components. If I hover my cursor here on the menu part, are we all seeing this drop down that is saying edit header? Colleagues, talk to me. Are we all
Yes, you
there?
can see it. I can see it.
Okay, we are able to see it. The others, are we able to see it? Once I hover my cursor at the top here, is where it says edit header. So if I click here where it says edit header, my focus is going to change, and it's going to allow me to manipulate the things that are in the header section. These columns and rows and the text that is in the header section. So now that I have clicked the header, it is allowing me to manipulate the header section of the page. So if I move my cursor just where the body begins, are you seeing where it is now telling me to say edit page? Meaning that I'll come out of the header and start editing the body elements of the page. Are we there?
Yes,
So if I click on edit page, you will see that it will leave the header alone, and now it will activate the page elements and allow me to manipulate the page. So if I scroll down to the bottom, the same concept works for the footer. So once I'm at the footer, if I place my cursor on the footer, Are we seeing that now it is saying edit footer? It will allow me to edit the elements of the footer. So this is how we get into edit mode for the 3 different sections of our page: the header, the body, and the footer. So I'll allow if there are any questions so far, so that we are moving together. I know Wanzi is recording the lesson, so you'll be able to share it later on. Okay, so silence means there are no questions. The body or the main page is also divided into sections. So we have here where we have the slider revolution. This is the first section of our page where we have these images sliding. So this is called the slider revolution. So we are not going to touch the slider revolution today. We'll probably touch it, I don't know if we'll continue tomorrow or another day. But today we are going to look at this particular part of our website where we are putting the welcome message, the pictures of our principals. But I'll still just look at the different sections. So we have the slider revolution. So as I am moving my cursor, I don't know if you're able to see it, you'll be seeing a small border around each section that shows you to say this is where the section starts and this is where the section ends. So once I hover my cursor there, I'm seeing the border for the slider revolution. If I go down and I hover my cursor there, I'm seeing the borders for the welcome message. If I go down, every time I hover a cursor on a particular part of the page, I'm able to see its borders and where it's ending. So we are going to focus on this part today. And once I hover my cursor here, there's this small pop-up that shows here. The pop-up with a plus, an X, and those dots. So if I click anywhere within this element, this page element, I'm able now to edit the actual elements that are sitting in there. So this part is divided into 3 columns. We have the column for the first picture here, where the picture of the mayor is sitting, the column for the welcome message, and the column for the town clerk's picture. So I'm sure we remember rows and columns. So this is an entire row in itself, but this row has 3 columns. It's divided into 3 columns. So it allows us to manipulate the columns individually. So we are familiar with uploading images to gallery. Who is having challenges on uploading media to gallery? I'm sure once it took us through yesterday and the previous meeting. Is there anyone who is still having challenges media to gallery? Let's be interactive, colleagues.
I think we are set on that one. Maybe
Okay,
you can pass us through on how we can add gallery on this page.
Okay. Okay, so we can move on. We'll look at that. So now we are here on the front end. Just a minute. Okay, so now most of us already have images on our website, and there are some of us that might need to change those images due to probably the quality that they are in when they were first taken, or probably now you have been able to get better pictures of your principals, the mayors, the council chairpersons, and the the council secretaries. So for us to be able to change the image, once I hover on the image, you can notice that the border for this column is highlighted, and there's a pencil that appears in the corner. So once I click on the pencil, my menu or my tools on the left-hand side of my control panel now focuses on the features of this image. You notice that if I click where there's text, my tools on the left-hand side have also changed to allow me to manipulate the text. But when I click on the image, my tools are changing to allow me to manipulate the image. We're together so far? So for me to be able to change the image, once I have selected the part of the image, I'm going to come to the left-hand side where my tools are that allow me to manipulate the image. And when I hover on this box, you're going to see this pop-up that says choose image. Once I click on choose image, it is going to open my media library. And my media library is there. If the image of choice is already sitting in the media library, I am going to click on that image to select it, and then I am going to click on insert media. Then it would have replaced that image with the image that I have selected. But if the image is still sitting on my local machine, I'm going to click on upload files and then select files. And then it is going to take me to a place where I can be able to select the actual image that I want. Once I have selected, the image is going to upload, and then I shall say insert image. So this is how we change the images for our principals. So the same applies. Once I come to the other image of the town clerk or the council secretary, I will click on the pencil. And if you notice on the right-hand side, my tool has changed to now focus on the column on the far right. So the same thing happens. Once I click on choose image, it is going to open the media library, and then I'm going to select the fresh image or upload the image of choice, and then I'll be able to upload and change the image. So this is how we change images. So now there's an area of caution for us that have been able to meet physically and discuss this is we normally advise that there's proportionality. The images should look the same. The aspect ratio should be the same. And the image color and quality should be the same so that there's visual consistency across the images. So we normally advise that the images that you're uploading should be taken from the same gadget, preferably on the same day. On the day that you have maybe a full council meeting, your council chair is wearing his ceremonial cloak and your council chairperson is there, we advise that that's a period maybe you can take these images so that they come out in the same kind of resolution and aspect ratio, so that when you upload them, they should be symmetrical so that there's that visual appeal and there's that symmetry. So I will give an example. For example, Chirundu Council, the last time we were together and held a training together, their portraits looked very good because they were taken from the same image, same device, and they were the same aspect ratio. And when they came out, I don't know if you're able to see my screen, there was that proportionality and the similarity in the background, the composition, and everything else, which gives it a more symmetrical look even as you look at it. Are we able to see the example that I'm showing for the Chirundu website?
Yes, I am able to see it.
Yes, we are able to
Yes.
see.
We're able to see.
Yeah. So normally we as IT guys or IT people, technical people, we might not be very good at capturing good images and what. This is where we work hand in hand with our colleagues in PR, because I think they understand cameras better and we understand IP addresses. So it's always good that we work together as a team to complement each other. So our PRs can take those high quality photos and work hand in hand with us in IT to be able now to place them and make them look symmetrical and look good. So it's always important to understand that the website is team effort. We have our PRs who are the content generators, and us, we just make the content look good and look pretty. So there's that complementary kind of work between the two. So we have looked at changing the images of the principals. I'll allow for a discussion briefly or any questions or someone who might have missed something so that we can go over it again. So any concerns, any questions? There's Movita, there's Nkema Town Council, there's a hand there, Movita.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Maybe you just take me through, because I've just joined, so I was not there when you are uploading these two images.
Okay,
yes,
not a problem.
Yeah, that's my one.
Not a problem. We are going to backtrack. Any other concerns?
Yes, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can. That's
Yes.
Muzalai. Yes.
Yes, I'm not sure. Maybe everyone else has logged into their council website. For me, I know that we all gave our email addresses yesterday. I don't know if everyone else has managed to get their credentials to log in, the password and things like that. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if Wanzi is still on. On the issues of credentials, I think Wanzi is better placed.
Okay.
Wanzi, are you still here? Or because Wanzi was telling me he has another engagement, so there's a possibility that he has stepped out for a bit. But we'll still follow it up with him. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I'm actually here.
Yes, there's Promise Sam. Yes, I've seen your hand up.
Okay, I just wanted to find out how many pictures can be in the media and what happens when it gets full.
Sorry, how many pictures can be?
In the media library, the one you showed us.
The media library can have. The media library can have as many images as possible. I don't think you can fill it up, because when you fill it up, then you really have a lot of images. So the media library can accommodate as many images as possible. But normally what we don't advise is uploading videos. So when we come to the section where you integrate videos to the website, we are going to show you how you can actually fish out videos from YouTube. So I believe by now most of us have opened a YouTube channel for the council, because that's where we'll be uploading the videos on YouTube, then just fishing them out from YouTube and making them play on our website. But we are going to get there as we go through our sessions. For now, we may just cause a complication. Okay, there was another hand. Let me see. Victor, yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, how are you, sir?
Good, and how are you? Oh, this is system analysis from Luano.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I believe that as you are orienting us, we need also to be practicing. So I realized when we came back from Chalimbana for induction that our system is down. It's saying it can't connect, database error. So I'm failing to follow up so that whatever I'm learning, I'm trying to work with the peer so that I can get it. But now you can help me.
Okay, so that's one. You're saying when you put in the URL for your website, it is saying it's down. Okay. Let me just look at it.
Are you able to get me?
Okay, you had gone off for a while. Now I can hear you. Yes.
Okay.
Also, this is the message you're getting as one, huh?
Yes, I've seen it. I think the PRO told me about this in the morning.
Okay, so this is on the server side. I think our colleagues from Smart Zambia can be the ones that can sort it out. So Mr. Wanzi will pick that one out. So that's from the server side.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, so is there another hand, Mr. Wamundila? I don't know if it's Mr. or Miss Wamundila.
It's Wamundila. I was unable to see your screen.
Okay. Are you able to see my screen now?
Now I'm able to see it, yes.
Okay, so we are going to backtrack a little bit because our colleague was saying they were left out when we started changing the images of our principals because they joined a bit late. Okay, so I am going to exit our edit mode. Are you all able to see my screen? I'll exit to dashboard so that we can quickly start afresh for our colleagues that have just joined. Okay, our internet has just slowed down. Let me just get back to the dashboard mode. Okay, so we are all in the dashboard. Are you all able to see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Especially for our colleague who said he had joined us a bit late, so he found us in the middle. So we are familiar with this part. Once we log into our website, our landing, when we're in the back end, we'll always land in the dashboard. So this is where we land when we log into the back end. So once we land into the dashboard, we have a control panel on our left that allows us to manipulate the different elements. So by the time these virtual orientations end, I promise you, you'll be an expert in each of these options on the menu on the left. So we have the options here on the left. So yesterday, like we said when we were starting, we looked at posts. So when you hover your cursor on the posts, there's a pop-up menu that will show you the different items that you can do. You can view all your posts, you can add a new post, or you can view your posts by category. But today we are saying we want to look at our landing page. So we are going to go to the front end so that we can begin to edit our landing page. So for us to get to our landing page in edit view or in admin view, I will hover my cursor at the top here where it shows the name of my council. So you will each be seeing the name of your council. Then there's this drop down that says visit site. So I'll click on the visit site and it will load my website showing me the landing page, which is a similar view as the front end view that all the other visitors to the site will be seeing. But the major difference that shows me that I'm in edit mode is this ribbon at the top. Are we all to see this ribbon at the top, just below the URL? this ribbon is showing me the name of my council and these other tools at the top. And at the end, it even shows my name. It shows who is logged in into the site. So this is what shows you that you are in edit mode, but you are viewing the page from the front end. So now, for us to be able to edit this page, I have these tools at the top. So I have this edit page. There's edit with Elementor, edit with yellow pencil, and there's the slider revolution. So the plugin or the tool that we are currently using, which we are going to learn all together, is the Elementor plugin or the Elementor tool. So once we are in the front end, I mean, we are viewing the page, but still in edit mode, we are going to click edit with Elementor. So when I click edit with Elementor, notice what is going to happen to my page. My page, it will load, and my page will change from view mode to edit mode.
Because you know that
Mr. Mianda Sinazongwe.
From Sinazongwe, please mute your mic.
Mr. Mianda Sinazongwe, we might hear your secrets. Yeah, so, okay. So it has loaded now. This is my landing page, but it has loaded in edit mode. So now you can see that on my far left here, my control panel or my tools have changed to allow me now to edit the page. These are the various widgets that I can be able to use to manipulate the page. So for the sake of our friends that joined late, I'll repeat. The page is broken down into 3 main sections. There's the header, there's the body, which is the page, and then there's the footer at the bottom here. So you can notice, once I hover my cursor at the top here, it says edit header. Are we all able to see that? Okay, silence means we are all able to see.
Yes,
No.
we can.
Yes.
No,
Okay. So once I hover my cursor on the menu area, there's this drop down that comes that says edit header with a pencil. When I click on edit header, it means that it will now shift its focus to the elements that are sitting within the header and allow me to manipulate these elements one by one. I'm now in the header. But when I go just below the header, are you seeing this drop down that says edit page? When I click on edit page, it means I can no longer edit the elements in the header. I'm now looking at the elements that are within the page body. So now I can edit the individual elements in the page body. And when I go to the bottom, the same applies with the footer. If I hover my cursor there, it says edit footer. Once I click on edit footer, it means that now I can no longer edit the elements in the main body, but I'm editing the elements in the footer. So our page is broken down into those 3 main components: the header, the main body, which is the page, and the footer. So we are focusing on the main page for today. We'll come to the menu, I think probably tomorrow or another day, but today we'll look at the main body. So the main body also has of elements within it. At the top here, the first element that is in our body is the slider revolution. So the slider revolution is the one that is giving us this carousel kind of effect where the images are sliding and we are seeing the various text that is sliding. So this is the slider revolution. We are going to also look at how to manipulate it so that we can become comfortable. But just below the slider revolution, we have this part where we have the welcome message and the images of our principal officers, our principals, which for most of us is the council chairperson and the council secretary, and for municipals, which is the mayor and the town clerk. So our main focus this afternoon is to see how we can beautify this area, or look how we can manipulate the area where our principals are sitting and where the welcome message is sitting. So the principle of rows and columns applies here. So this area is a single row which is divided into 3 columns. So we have this row here holding everything, and then we have a column, the first column, where the image for the council chairperson or the mayor is sitting. We have the middle column where the text is sitting, and the column on the far right where the image of the principal officer is sitting. So we should be able to understand the principle of rows and columns even as we are manipulating these elements. So once I click on the individual element in this row, notice what is going to happen on the tools on my far left here in my control panel. So when I click on the image of the mayor, notice that my control panel on the far left here has also changed to give me tools that can allow me to manipulate these elements where the image of the mayor is sitting. So say I want to change this image because I have now acquired a better image, a better looking image. I can click on the image of the mayor and come to the far left. Once I hover on this, where the part of the image is showing, there's a pop-up that comes here which says choose image. Are we all able to see that?
Yes.
Okay. So once I click on choose image, it is now going to take me into the media library. I believe we are becoming familiar with the media library, although we haven't practiced, but I know as we start practicing, it will be something that will be easy to catch. So let's say I had already uploaded that image in my media library area. I am going to select that particular image that I want. Let's assume it is this image. And once I've selected it, it is going to tick the image that I have selected. I'm sure we're able to see the selected image has this tick on it showing that it's the image that I've selected. If I've selected a wrong image, I can simply move to the image that I want and it will select. So we're only uploading a single image there, so it can't select multiple images. If the image is not yet in my media library and I want to upload it now, at the top here, there's media library, then there's upload files. I can simply click on the other tab that says upload files. And then here it says select file. I will click and then I will browse my local machine to find the actual file that I need to upload. So once I have found the actual image that I need to upload, I will select the image, upload it, and that image will upload, and then I will click insert image. The new image is immediately going to replace the image that was previously there, and then I would have changed the image for the council chairperson or for the mayor. So the same concept applies when it comes to the principal officer side. Once I click on the other side, on the right side, where the principal officer is sitting, notice that on the left-hand side, my tool is going to change to focus on this other side. So once I click there, my left-hand side has changed now, meaning that I'm manipulating this column at the end. So the same principle holds. I am going to click on choose image, and it's going to take me into my media library or allow me to upload a fresh image. I'm going to go through the process of selecting the image or uploading a new image, and then I'll click insert image. And once I click insert image, it would have replaced the image that was previously there. So this is how we change the image or replace images for the landing page for our principal officers. So this is where we had ended. So for our colleagues that joined slightly later, this is the point where I ask again, any questions or are we comfortable? Let's interact, colleagues. Any questions? I'm seeing Chelenge, you're trying to say something, but the network, we can't really hear you. Okay, there's too much silence. That's assuming that we are all comfortable.
It's clear.
Okay, it's clear. Okay, so we have changed the images for our principal officers. Now we are going to look at the welcome message, the text. So the welcome message, it is definitely going to be more or less like a brief profile of your district. So if we all look at our website, there are generic profiles that were done, but we can all work on them to make them really highlight the issues that we want to come out for our district. So for example, we have this welcome message here that talks about Mongu, its demographics, its square meter coverages, and all these other things. But because this message in itself is very long, we cannot have the entire paragraph sitting on the landing page. So if you've noticed, what we have done, or what was done for almost all the websites, is that we'll have a brief extract, which is sitting on the landing page. And then there's a link that says, for you to read more, you need to click on this link and go to the other side where this information is sitting. So I'm going to demonstrate. Once I've read a bit of the extract of this message that is on the landing page, there's here where it says read more. Once I click on read more, it takes me to the page where the entire district profile is sitting. Are we seeing that?
Yes, we're seeing it.
Maybe
Yes, we are.
Okay, and any questions just on that? Okay, so for us to be able to have this effect where we have an extract of the message that we are trying to develop, and then when we click read more, it takes us to the page where the entire message is sitting. We are going to go into the next part where we learn how to create pages. So I'm going to duplicate this this tab so that I can exit into the dashboard on the other side. So I'm using a single browser because I can't keep sharing multiple browsers. But Wanzi advised us yesterday to say always be in the habit of using two browsers. You can have a browser where you're editing from and a browser where you are viewing your edits from, so that you're able to see it from the front end view and from the back end view. So for me, I'm skipping between two tabs, but let's assume you're skipping between two browsers. Okay, so the idea is we're going to have a page that is going to contain the rest of the message that is supposed to sit here as our district profile. So that when we click on the link, behind this text, there's a hyperlink that actually takes us to the other page. So when I go back to my dashboard view, remember yesterday we were on posts where we were creating posts. So today we are creating pages. So I've moved from posts, I've skipped media and forms, and now we are on pages. Are we together so far? So since
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
yes.
Yes, we are.
So since most of us, these pages are already created, once we refine our district profiles, we are probably going to edit an existing page. So we'll look at editing an existing page, and we'll probably look at creating a new page if the page is not there altogether. So once I click on pages and I click on all pages, it is going to show me all the pages that have been created so far. So these are all the pages that this website has. So if we see, there's the title of the page, there's the author of the page, and there's the date that this page was created. So the website will always keep track on who is creating what and who is working on what. So for example, this message, the read more message, is sitting on a page that is called About Mongo. So if I go to my pages, I have this page here. So I can click on this page and be able to edit the contents of the page. So once I click on this page, it will open like this. Then I'll say edit with Elementor. Okay, so it's loading, and I'll see the contents of this page. Okay, so the page is also using various elements. So I think for us to appreciate the elements, I don't know, Wanzi, are you there? I'll seek your indulgence in this one. Okay, it
Yes,
looks like
Brian, I'm here.
Wanzi.
I'm
Okay.
here, Brian.
So, okay, so I don't know, can we build this page from scratch, or we just edit an existing page for the sake of comprehension?
Because most of them, from their sites, they'll have already an existing page.
Okay.
But for the sake of them knowing how to build, maybe you can build one that you can just later delete so that they know the concept of creating a page.
Okay. Okay, so as advised. Okay, so I'll backtrack a little bit. Yes, I'm hearing, is there a question? I'm hearing someone saying something. Okay, so we move ahead. So we were here where it says all pages. So assuming that this about us page or about Mongo page does not exist yet, and we need to create a page where we can be able to redirect our site visitors so that they can visit this page and be able to read the rest of the content. So what we are going to do is, whilst we are in our dashboard view, we are under pages here. And once we click on pages, we have these pop-up menus where it says all pages and add new page. So I'm going to click on add new page, and it's going to open a template for me that will allow me now to create a new page. So we are creating a new page here. So I'm going to give this page a title. So since I already have a page called About Mongo, I'll call this one About Mongo 2. So that I can differentiate it from the other page. So this will be my page title. So the page title, if we look at the top tabs here, are you seeing here where it says About Mongo and then dash Mongo Municipal Council? So the page title that I enter here is the title that will be showing at the top of my page once I visit that page. So this is where we set the actual titles of the page. Even as the users are browsing, they're able to see it up here. So this one is called About Mongo 2. So when I'm browsing, I'll be able to see it up here as About Mongo 2. So I've given this page a title. Then on my page attributes, if you look at the far right, there's here where I have the publish box, and then here I have page attributes. So I'm going to select my page attributes on the template. Since we are using Elementor as a plugin, I'm going to choose Elementor full width so that I can be able to use the Elementor template and edit my page using Elementor. So I'll select my page template as Elementor full width, and I've given it a page title. And to save my settings, I'm going to click publish. So the question is, why am I publishing an empty page? I have clicked publish, but since I have not linked this page to any button or any place on the website, it is published but still sitting in the back end. No one can view it because we have not yet placed it on the website or any front end page that can be accessed by a visitor. So I've clicked publish, and once I click publish, just below the title here, there's this page link that has opened. So this will be the link to my page. So I can copy this link because now once I'm placing the page somewhere, I will need this link to be able to attach it to the place where I want it to redirect. So we'll come back to this link, but if you want to copy it, you can copy it and probably place it in a notepad somewhere so that you can be able to use the page link later on. So assuming I've already copied it, and now I'm using Elementor as my edit plugin. So once I'm here, I'm now going to click edit with Elementor, and it's going to give me a blank page that I'll begin to build using the Elementor tools. Okay, this is my blank page. Are we all able to see the blank page?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
so far, the only things that I can see is the menu at the top here, and I can also see my footer. But the middle here is just blank because I have not yet built anything. So if I was to try to view it from the front end, let me just click on preview changes. You will see how it looks. So if someone went to the front end, this is what they will see. The menu and the footer touching each other because in the middle, there's nothing. So now we are going to build this page block by block. So there's this whitish area on the page which says drag the widget here. So remember we talked about widgets. On the far left here, we have the various widgets that we can now use to begin to build this page. So I want a page heading. So I have this widget here which says heading. If I drag and drop it here, are we seeing the effect that has happened? It has given me this heading. And now on the far left here, it has given me a box where I can be able to edit this text. So I'll ask any questions so far from here so that we are not too fast. By
Very
show of
clear.
hands. It's very clear?
Very clear.
Okay.
Very
It's
clear.
clear. To be asking, sir. It's very clear.
Please feel free to ask. Feel free to ask.
Yeah. Mr. Bright.
Yes, sir.
Yes, boss. I didn't really get on the link. Link, are we supposed to generate or sorry? I think I didn't get it.
No, the link generates itself. Once we have where are we? Once we click publish, you saw the point where we clicked publish after we had set the page attributes.
Yes, I saw it.
Yes, the link is auto-generated, so we don't need to worry about where the link comes from. Once we have given the page title, set the page attributes, and click publish, the link is auto-generated.
Okay,
but we'll come back to where the link is sitting.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Okay. Yes, we can ask so that we are moving together. Any other questions so far? Okay, silence means we're okay. Okay, so from the widgets, I put the heading widget here. And when I put it, it brought me this element, which is telling me to say, add your heading here. So when I click on this element, if you see on my far left, my tools have changed from the widgets to this toolbox that allows me now to manipulate this heading element. So I am going to delete the placeholder text, and I'm going to put my page heading as about Mongo district there. So now these are the default settings, the default font size, the default color, the default what, and the default font size. So this might not be what I really want my heading to look like. So we still have an opportunity now to style it, to bring it to this style that I want it to look like, unlike the generic style, the way it is looking like this right now. So on my far left, if we pay attention to the control panel on the left, yes, is that a question? Well, I thought maybe someone wanted to ask a question. Okay. So if we look at the far left, just where it's under where it says edit heading, I have 3 tabs there. There's the content. This is what allows me to type in the actual content. Then there's the style. This is what allows me to actually now style, look at the typography, the fonts and the font colors. And then there's the advanced. So for now, we'll probably not go into the advanced side. We are going to restrict ourselves to the content and the style. Then as we move forward, we'll touch the advanced. So under content, I have typed in my text, which is about Mongo district. But then I want to change the look of this text. I'll come under style. And under style, I have these options here. There's the text color and a color selector here. Once I click on the box here with the color selector, I have this color picker that shows up. So I can manipulate this by moving this selector to the color of my choice. So let's say I'm using green as my color palette. I can move it to green and then be able to pick the shade of green that I actually want to use. Are we seeing that our text is now changing? And then once I've changed the text color, I might say I don't like the font style and the size. Under typography, there's this pencil here. I can click on the pencil and it brings a drop-down menu now for me to be able to play around with the typography. So once I click on the pencil, the options for the typography will show up. There's the font family. When I click the drop-down, I have the various fonts that I can now select from. So once I pick on a font of choice, it also changes and shows me the font that I have selected. Under size, there's this slider bar that can allow me to manipulate the font size. Are we seeing the effect?
Yes.
So I can either use this slider to change the font size, or I can use this up and down arrows. Lumezi, Mr. Julius, we are hearing your conversation.
Oh, like to get munonga.
Those things get missing, yeah?
Okay.
The other one is to like it. Yeah, it's too nice.
Colleagues, those that haven't muted their mics, after you've asked the question, you can just mute so that we don't overhear your conversations. Yes, so we're changing the font size. So you can either use the slider to pick the font size, or you can use this up and down arrow to pick the size of font that you want. Once you are comfortable, there are other things like letter spacing, height, and what. You can play around until you reach a point where you're comfortable. So this allows us to manipulate and style our text. So if I come back to the content, there's an element where I can be able to align my text, either center it, justify it, push it to the right, or move it to the center. So we have these various elements. So now I can go back to my widgets by clicking on these boxes here. Are we able to see it? Just at the top where it says edit heading, there's these two small boxes here. When I click them, it takes me back to the main widget selector so that I can now be able to select another widget. So I have inserted my title. Now I want the body where the rest of the text is going to sit. So I'm going to pick a text editor and drag it here. And once it is there, it is going to give me a text editor, which already has some placeholder text. So assuming I have already typed my profile somewhere, I'm just going to go where it is, select it and copy it and paste it in my text editor. So I can come and replace this placeholder text and paste it in there, and there my text will be sitting there. And also the same, it is in its default colors and default fonts. So in the same way, I can go to style and begin to change the look of this text. So I can choose the text color. Let's say I want it to be black. I'll move it to black. I can choose my font. I'll select the font of my choice. And then I can change the size using the slider and move it to a size that I want it to be. And I'd have created the page where my district profile is going to sit. So once I have done this, I am editing, but this is not being saved until I click this update button at the bottom. Are we all able to see where this update button is?
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So once I have done my edits, I can now click on update. It would have saved. And just next to the update, there's an eye here which says preview changes. When I click on preview changes, it will open a page just next in the next tab, and I'll be able to see the changes the way they are looking like this. Okay. Any questions so far? We have created a page where the about Mongo district is sitting. But remember, we have not placed this page anywhere yet, so only you in the back end can view it. If someone visited in the front end, they will not be able to see it because you have not placed the page link anywhere for a front-end user to be able to access it. So this is where now the link that was created when we were creating the page comes into play. So you remember, we can go back to the link to copy the link by exiting this edit view and say exit to dashboard. So I'll just click here on these 3 lines. It brings a drop-down menu and I say exit to dashboard. So when I click exit to dashboard, it takes me back to my dashboard view. Then in my dashboard view, I can come to pages. I know it is already showing, but let's assume it's not showing the page. I'll come to pages and I'll say view all the pages. So the pages that I've created are there. But then I have a filter. So if I just say I want to view pages that have been created in May, there's a filter by page. So for example, the Mongo site has so many pages, so it takes a bit of time to find them. So I can filter here to say, just show me the most recent pages. And then I click on the filter. So it will just show me the most recent created pages, of which in May, it's just this page that has been created. So I can now click on the page and then it will bring me here. If we remember, this is literally where we started from. And then the link is just below the page title here. So we can now copy this link because this is the link that we are going to place where we want it to fit. Are we following so far?
The link maybe repeat. We can't see the link. Some of us.
You can't see the link. Okay, but are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I'm able to see about Mungu elemental whatever.
Yes, so just below the title here, there's some small print here.
Okay.
Let me try to zoom in. Okay, I've tried to zoom. Are you able to see it now?
The link, yes, I'm able to see it, which is in blue.
Yes, which is in blue.
Yes.
So now that is the page link that we want now. So I am going to copy this link. And this is the link now that we are going to place where we have the read more. Remember we said, let me zoom out. Remember we said this page that we are creating, we want it to come and sit behind this text so that when someone clicks on the read more, it actually takes them to this page where they can be able to read more about this extract that is here. So we have copied the link, which is here. We have copied the link into our clipboard, but now we need to place the link on the landing page. So I'm going to go back and say visit site so that I'm on the front page in edit mode. Once I'm on the front page, and then I say edit with Elementor, for us to see the practicality, I would ask that you open your browsers and just go to the Mongo site so that you can experience the change once we have applied it. So you can just be on the Mongo landing page, and once we have applied the change, you click on the read more. You see that it will remove you from the page that is currently there, and it will show you this page that we are creating just now. So let's just allow the internet to load. Okay, so once it has loaded, I'm going to come here on the text that we want to manipulate. So I'll click on the text, and my menu on the far left has changed. I have my title, my subtitle, and my title description. So I'll focus here where there's the title description. So if I scroll down, this text is the text that is currently sitting on the landing page. It's the text that is here. But notice the part that is of interest is this final part here where the read more is sitting. So to add a link to this text, I am going to highlight this text, just the text that I want to be clickable. So I'm going to highlight just this text. And once I've highlighted this text, there's the link icon just above the editor here where it says insert link. So I'll click on the link icon, and then there's a small pop-up that has come up just above the text that I've highlighted. I don't know if we are all able to see it. And then once that pop-up has come, there's a gear icon that is showing just on that small pop-up. When I click on that gear icon, it brings me this pop-up. Are we all able to see the pop-up?
Yes, we're able to see it.
Okay, so the pop-up has different parameters. It has here where I'm now going to paste the URL that I have copied, and then the text, it's already filled it in. The text is the read more, which is already there. So I'll replace this link and put the link of the page that we have just created, paste. And then I'll come here at the bottom and say update, and I'll say update. So for those, is it updating? Okay, it's showing me a server error, but it will update eventually. Okay, so it has updated. So for those that have the Mongo site opened in their front ends, you can refresh. And once you click on read more, you see that it has taken us to the page that we've just created instead of the page that was previously there. For those that have tried it out in their browsers, is it working?
Yes, it's working.
Some of us were unable to log in into our website, so I do not know.
Yes, because some
no,
of us we don't have the credentials, so we
no,
can't
like
do
I
the
said,
practice.
no, like I said, let's just go to the Mongo website, and then you are the visitor on the front end. Let's see if you're able to see the changes. I know we can't log into our websites yet. So what I had said is, let's just go onto the front end, log onto the Mongo website from the front end, and then here just click on the read more to see if the effects that we have changed are being viewed by you on the front end. Okay, are we able to see that? Okay, silence means people have left the group chat. Okay, we move on. Okay, so I will return it back to our original page. But any questions so far about how we create a read more page and how we edit that page? Any questions? Let's interact, colleagues.
No, it's clear.
It's clear. Okay.
Very, very clear.
Okay, very clear. It's either I'm explaining terribly such that you're failing to find questions, or doing well.
We're following.
Okay, so
Explanation is loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so Wanzi had given an hour for today. I don't know, Wanzi, are we still within that hour? He has left the group chat. We can't hear you. I don't know if you are having some network difficulty.
Can you hear me?
Okay, now we can hear you, yes.
Okay, thank you. So I think just for clarity, I think I've started responding to the emails. Remember, we said that on the credentials, we'll be responding to the emails that you are sending. So I think I've started responding to some emails with credentials, but at the same time, for now, we would love for you to really pay attention to what is being done on the screen, seeing that for some of you, this is the first time interacting with these websites, but through a virtual training. Then you can practice afterwards. We'll share the recording. So what we're trying to avoid is you look at the screen of what Brian is doing, then you're also practicing at the same time. We're trying to avoid that confusion because most of you are saying you want to practice while Brian is also training. So for now, I think give him all your eyes and ears. Then even just after the training, you can practice, and where you need clarity, you can still get back to us. Eventually you get there. There's no need to panic. So, but I've started responding to some of the, and just one thing I've noticed, on most of your letters, you did not add your email addresses. So now what I'm doing, I have to come to your inbox to pick your email to add it to the website, because it's really a necessity to have your email on the website. Most of your letters did not have emails. So that's the only delay actually to why some of you haven't seen your credentials yet, because you did not add your emails on there. But basically, we're moving, and you have your credentials. I think Muzala should have received, Julius should have received, the other gentleman from Kasenengo should have received. So you'll be seeing the emails as we move.
Yes, I've received.
Okay. So that, but we're trying to avoid where Brian is also talking, but you're also practicing, meaning you have 3 screens to look at. Okay, so Brian, what was the other question?
My other question was, we agreed that we're just going to look at one element within an hour, of which I think we have done that element. So I don't know if we move ahead or it's going to be too much for the day.
I don't know how the class feels. The whole essence is not to overload, but it would be nice to invite questions, especially from yesterday's and today's lesson, so that maybe in the remaining 30, 20 minutes, we can really catch up on what we could have missed yesterday and today, other than going to another subject, so that tomorrow, be it if we have it in the morning or afternoon, we can handle another aspect of the structure of the website. Because at the end of this training, the director will give guidance on how these websites should look like. I think we'll be privileged to being joined in several of these trainings. And so I should give guidance on how these websites should look like in the coming week, especially after these virtual trainings are done.
Yeah, so based on that guidance from Wanzi, yeah, we can discuss now. It's an open discussion based on what we looked at
Brian,
yesterday and today.
I would love to mention that we're privileged to be joined by the Director ICT from the Ministry of Local Government. She's in the meeting. I think through all the protocols, and I'll invite the director maybe to say 1 or 2 things.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Nancy. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a privilege to be among you and follow on what you are trying to do to improve your websites. Maybe just to make mention that there is a lot of expectation on our part as ICT specialists. That includes myself, that through these websites, we begin to make a change. Websites are a transparent tool that we can take advantage of, all of us in our various councils. Let's ensure that we flood information on these websites. Each new day or each new week or each new month, let's have new documents being offloaded, new images of what is going on in your district being offloaded. When you're having challenges in getting this information, I would encourage all of us here that you raise a memo on behalf of your supervisor. For instance, if you are falling under finance or falling under planning, raise a memo on behalf of for signing for your supervisor to public relations and all other departments. Whenever they are going in the field for activities, they need to include you or include you on the plan together with public relations. I will encourage you not to wait for public relations officers to give you information. Go to the departments, gather that information, let it flood the websites, okay? We are getting tired of us being pointed fingers at to say websites are not yielding anything, CDF dashboard is not yielding anything. The blame is coming to us as ICT officers, and yet we are just supposed to be offering the technical support But in the absence of people that are supposed to be editing these websites, let us take up this challenge ourselves and exonerate ourselves and our images. Remember, there is agency in marketing what is happening under CDF. But let's also remember the Keep Zambia Clean, the Cash for Work, and indeed other activities of our councils. But CDF is being prioritized, that let's get these stories in collaboration with our public relations officers. These messages, you can go with them even to your town clerks or council secretaries. Indicate to them to say, sir, madam, I'm not getting information for me to assist the PRO to populate this information on the website. What is supposed to follow what you will have done is marketing these websites. We would want to use you as a front to market these websites so that the country begins to know about these websites. So with that said, I think other issues dealing with the actual content, I'll be able to contribute later, but for now, let's take note of that so that we begin to make a difference in these institutions. If you find yourself not being busy when you get to the office, make yourself busy on the website. Other things are actually administrative that we'll be able to handle from this end. Should you have any challenges, just connect with us. We work on an open door policy. We should be able to attend to you. Unless where we have challenges and it's beyond us, we'll still let you know. I know that Luampa and is it Chingola? We are still dealing with that with CopperNet solution, I mean with Zamtel and Smart Zambia Institute. So we are aware of that, and we have actually since written to Zamtel displaying our displeasure with how long they've taken to attend to that matter. So please, it may not just be websites, it could be maybe your government-wide area network not giving you what you expect. Quickly get in touch with us so that we are in touch with what is happening on the ground. Whenever things are happening, quickly let us know. I think that's why that group has been formulated, is for you to be floating challenges that you have. And if you have a solution with the challenge your other colleague is having, share it there. So I wish you all the best. I'll stay in and listen on. All the best, and thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Director. We are humbled and honored with your presence in this meeting. So I think, Brian, we can maybe on back to the where we're on. I said maybe since we've got maybe another 30 minutes. I don't know what the class feels like if we continue, or maybe we cement what we've done yesterday and today. If maybe there are areas where people missed, or maybe someone didn't get it clear yesterday or in today, maybe we can have 4 to 5 contributions on that, so that we relook at that and we move away from the postings, the creating of a page, changing of images, and a bit of the welcome message. I don't know what you think, Brian.
Okay, so first of all, let me also acknowledge Director. We're happy to hear from you. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm reading from the in-chat messages. There are some sentiments that this is enough for the day. I'm seeing, I think it's Mr. Humphrey who is saying it's enough for the day. Yeah, so I think maybe it will be too much of a cognitive load. So we'll attend to the hands that are up, and we'll go towards cementing what we did between yesterday and today, so that we can solidify there and then agree on the timings for tomorrow. So I'm seeing the first hand was Itai. Yes. So Itai, we can get the question. Okay, so promise Sam. I think Itai is no longer there, or they can't hear me.
No. Sorry, I was just fighting with my mic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, yesterday I couldn't make it of a meeting. I only saw the message late. I was asking if is a recording for yesterday. You can kindly share it.
Okay, I think there was some technical issue with yesterday's recording. But we can arrange a brief session, maybe even a one-on-one. We can share a link where those that didn't understand yesterday, we can agree on a time where we can just go through what was discussed yesterday. But I believe today's recording is being done. So once we will share today's record, yesterday's record there was a small technicality, but we can still arrange for a makeup class later on. Okay,
thank
so
you.
Promise Sam. Okay, thank you. Promise Sam, you have your hand up.
Yes, please. Thank you so much. Before I ask my question, I would like to acknowledge the presence of the director. Thank you so much for joining. So my question is on the the colors. Are we trying to use the Zambian flag as the theme for the website, or we can change? What I've noticed is these colors together, if we put them together like this, it could be a challenge for people who are colorblind. Thank you.
Okay, for color combination, Mr. Wanzi, you can respond to that one. Although he had advised that we mostly stick to national colors, but I think Wanzi can speak more to that one.
Yeah, the question is well noted. I think on that one, usually the templates are of a standard from Smart Zambia. So, but with that query, maybe if you allow us to give you some feedback in our next training.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Gilbert, Mr. Gilbert, you have your hand up.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon, sir.
Let me acknowledge the presence of the director. Good afternoon, director. My contribution is not necessarily a question. It's an observation. My view is that if we could try and upload the Cyber Act on the website, we will essentially sensitize our local authorities on the laws and the penalties that are attracted in that are in the cyber law. Thank you.
Mr. Ngluwe, I think people are asking questions that are above my pay grade. So, Mr. Ngluwe, you keep responding.
Okay, no. Actually, your question is supposed to be a suggestion rather, or not even, it's a contribution actually, and we appreciate it. As the director said, these websites are your websites. Basically, what we are here to do is to ensure that you manage them in the most possible and the best way possible. So all those documents you have, so long as, remember yesterday we gave guidance that whatever is uploaded on the website, even if the director said that, make sure that your principal officers are penned on that document. So as long as you've got an authentic government issued document and you feel it's for the benefit of the people in your jurisdiction and outside, but mostly since this website is directly to benefit the marketing of your council and also to benefit information for the people in your jurisdiction, please, you are more than welcome to upload it on your website. You are more than welcome to upload it. You just need to know how or where to upload it so that people can easily access it. But ensure that your principal officer appends on that document and you have that channel and backing that whatever has been put received the blessings of your high officers. But that is a welcome and I'm actually glad you've got all these ideas of ensuring that all these documents are put on your website. That is my response.
Okay, maybe just to add to that, Wanzi. Hello?
Yes, Director. Yes, you have the floor, Director.
Yes, so an example to what you are talking about could be the council minutes, right? The council minutes, the moment your meeting ends and you have that document, it becomes a public document. But in there, you have the HR committee. So you remove the HR committee minutes and leave the rest because the rest are for public consumption. Okay, that's the more reason why he is saying, once he's saying, clear these documents with the principal officer, or let the principal officer give you, is it the director HR or whoever should be the one clearing your documents, because principal officers are normally busy and may not be at the station. So waiting for the principal officer to come and clear your document to publish, that would be difficult. But if you are able, you can right away list some of the documents, okay? And get clearance in writing to say we have minutes of council. We wish to be publishing them. Could we be cleared? Okay, on the way we'll be proceeding, so that each time you are uploading, you're not seeking clearance. You seek a one-off clearance. So in that document, what I can suggest is the HR committee minutes should not be part of that, because certain information may be confidential about an officer. Maybe an officer is being fired. You don't want that to appear in that document, okay? Or officers being disciplined, things like that. Anything to do with staff, we may want to omit in that document. So this is just an example that we are giving that may compel you to seek clearance with your superiors, so that you do not create a conflict and create confusion with the council to say, look, this information was publicized. By the time you are removing it, somebody could have already downloaded it. So we need to avoid such. Again, where you're not clear, we are available to assist, or your institution equally can assist you. We should be secondary people ready to come in. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director. That is well guided. Colleagues, that's the guidance from the Director, and I think it's very loud and clear. Okay, Brian, over to you on the next hand, if there's any.
Okay, so I'm seeing, let me just look at the hands that are raised. Okay, I'm seeing Muvita. Muvita from Lovezi, you have your hand up. And after Muvita, there's another Muvita from Keema, you have your hand up, and then we'll go to Victor. So Muvita, Victor, and then we'll be going towards our conclusion.
Okay, Movita from Lovezi here.
Yes, sir.
I'm just raising a concern. It's directed to Mr. Wanzi and also even the director here. During our orientation workshop, there's something that Mr. Wanzi raised, though it was not really cemented. The issue is about computers, laptops to use. Like in my case, I talked to the director planning, my supervisor, that I need a laptop for me to be using. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we are able to hear you.
Yes, but then he told me that it is not possible this year to purchase a laptop for me because the budget was already done last year. So I don't know if there can be a deliberate circular that can come from that side to instruct our councils to purchase those who don't have computers, so that we can, because it becomes very difficult to access a laptop. You find that people are busy, they're using their own personal or office dedicated laptop.
Okay, once you collect the challenges that
For you that can be a
have,
secure,
compile them, and
that
then
can
we'll
be
look at them
help
one by one.
us.
Okay, did you get me? I think we are the collusion. What I'm saying is, if Wanzi and Migelo compile the list of challenges that the officers have currently, that may deter the progression of uploading data or content to the websites. And then we shall look at these issues one by one and see the action that can be taken.
Okay, not a problem, Director. We are taking notes. Okay, so Mr. Muvita Mlovezi, we have taken note of that challenge. Then there's Mr. Muvita Nkeema.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. First and foremost, let me recognize the presence of the director. My contribution is just a suggestion. Maybe every time we start a lesson, maybe we should have a recap of what we did yesterday for the sake of those who joined late. That's my contribution.
Okay, that is well noted. So I think there's no harm. At any point where you feel uncomfortable, we can quickly recap and go back. Because the idea is that we all share the knowledge and all come to the same level of proficiency or even better. So there's no harm in us repeating the same thing until we all get comfortable. So anytime you feel uncomfortable, we can still relook at those elements. Yeah, so Mr. Victor Mlenga, then Gabriel Lundazi.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the presence of the director. It's very encouraging that as well this meeting, the director's presence is very helpful. And I also appreciate for this meeting because it's helping us, even as the IT personnel. You may not know everything, but through this we're learning a lot. I don't know if you can allow me to give examples. Is it okay?
Please go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay. I'm trying to compare Mongo website and Samba. For the sake of learning, I have counted Mongo as about 3.
Just so sorry,
Sir?
I'm not trying to interrupt you. Sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt you. You're from Chisamba?
No.
No. It would be very unfair to compare with a council that you are not from, because it's not like we're attacking, because we're all making progress at different stages. So it would be, if you're maybe comparing any website that is doing good, it would be nice to do contrast with maybe your own and not to compare with a council that you are not coming from. I think for the sake of us that now, we are all trying to make them better. So if you compare a council which you are not in I think it would be unfair for the officers that are from there. That is what I think would be the best way. If you're comparing, maybe you can compare your own or the ministry one or any outside against your website and maybe the other one that you feel is doing well, not one that you're not coming from, like you're going to go to Chisamba and you're not from there. I feel it wouldn't be fair for anyone in that manner.
Oh, let me just ask my question then. Maybe.
Okay, thank you.
So my main concern is we really need your help. I don't know if you already tackled the header or we are yet to.
We are yet to look at the menu items and the header. So
Okay.
I think maybe tomorrow or the other day we'll look at those issues.
Okay, that's what my question came from, because even me had challenges trying to understand. So I would like for personally to understand like how to align the logo, the menus to be like padding and margin where supposed to be, so that all of them can fit. Otherwise, sorry for giving example to other council. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Okay, no, it is well. It is well.
Yes.
So maybe what I can just add to that is apart from the website skills, we'll probably just need to have some other complementary skills like Photoshop and other image editors, because when it comes to images and manipulating them, mostly you can't manipulate an image from the website. You need to have manipulated it using a separate software like Photoshop and something like that, and then just upload it in its finished form. So yeah, I would advise that in our free time, we also try to learn some other complementary softwares so that they can be helping us as we, yes. So I think the final hand that I'm seeing is Mr. Gabriel. And then, yeah, we'll be coming to a conclusion with the guidance of Mr. Ngulube.
Good afternoon, everyone. Director, I recognize your presence. Good to hear your voice again. For me, I think it's just a request. The director had mentioned to say we can do a memo so that we're also included in whenever there is field work or field monitoring activity. I was just requesting that maybe if it would be easier if the memo came from up there. The memo came from the ministry. Yeah, because I'm saying so. I know the challenges that will come with us writing that memo to management. So just a request that maybe that memo can come from the ministry, that they should be including us whenever they are moving. And for sure, it's very important. I've noted, like I've seen what I could have done if I was, for example, involved in these field monitoring activities. And the other thing is the issue of laptops. We've interacted with colleagues from other councils. I think it's the same everywhere. I don't know why. Mostly IT staff are left out when it comes to these gadgets. Like we use our personal things. Like I can give an example of myself. For 7 years, I've been using my personal laptop. Sometimes you're far, then you have to go and ask from your friend. Now I'll be busy, when it's free. So it's really a challenge. Thank you. And if that also can come from the ministry, then that would be very, very good. And I'm sure it will fast be worked on. Thank you.
Okay, on Brian, am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Okay. We appreciate we will note down your challenges, and definitely as director has guided, we shall note them down. But I think director is still in the meeting. I don't know if she will allow me. Maybe I think you must have misheard director. She said when you're having challenges in gathering information, because on I think I'll stand to be corrected. That thing for saying that you should accompany them. I don't know if Brian that was the actual sentiment, but it was if you're having challenges in gathering information, you can write memos to that effect. You know, because different local authorities have got different institutional arrangements, so we wouldn't want to start now dictating the current. But however, the challenges that are being faced are being acknowledged. I just wanted to amend that statement you had passed to say to be included in the activities, because usually there are budget constraints and other things. But I think that is where we should get the clarity. She mentioned if you're having challenges in gathering information, that is what I wanted to correct Mr. Gabriel. But the challenges are still noted, and we shall still put a report to that effect.
Yeah, maybe just to add on to that, I'll give an example of ourselves here as Mongo. I can't remember the last time I left the office to go into the field, but what we have created is a good working relationship between the PRO office and our office. Remember during the presentation, I made reference to the fact that this is entirely teamwork. We are not doing things in parallel, but we are doing things complementary to each other. So I'm practically in my office almost every day of the year. But I've made a very good working relationship with the planning office where my SEPs are. and the PRO. So information flows regardless of my absence in field work. So I think it also goes to how you create your working relationships with the team. Remember, it's a team. So yeah, I thought I would add that to the conversation. So I think the final hand is the, yeah, so maybe once you want to add something to that.
And additionally, this is not about websites, but it's general on ICT. The ministry has been rolling out the digital strategy, and I think Eastern Province, coming from Lundazi, Mr. Gabriel, I don't know if you had reported at that time. So there's a document that the ministry has rolled out, I think, to all the local authorities. Just a few are remaining. It's a digital strategy. It mostly brings to light how some of these challenges of lack of computers to you colleagues in the IT side, how you can mitigate such kind of challenges, even away from the budgeting, because I heard there was a comment of saying the budget has already been approved. But we should not only sit idle to wait and say, no, what else can we do? I think I won't preempt the document. I will challenge you, colleagues. I'll post the document in the group. Well, let us read through that digital strategy, especially for our new colleagues, the system analysts and the PROs. And where you have gaps, let us interact. We can even have another session where we make it open, where we speak of other challenges, so that we do not digress from the focus of the training, so that we can also acknowledge and appreciate the current challenges that you are facing. So I would challenge you to take advantage of the digital strategy. I'll post it in the group. You look at that document, read, and where you feel you are not understanding, please feel free to consult any of us at the ministry. And it also puts you in a better position to also explore other avenues within your districts and within your cooperating partners, as well as actually the document is well defined, that it will actually give you a direction to handle some of these challenges you're actually facing, even away from your budget, your annual budget. So two things that I'm trying to encourage: we acknowledge your concern, we've noted it down, we'll put it in our report, but at the same time, we also want to explore the digital strategy that has been rolled out, and the Eastern Province was actually the first council for that document to be rolled out, and I'll share it. So let's take advantage, let's read through, look at what this document has to offer and what it's actually bringing to the table. Thank you very much. I submit on that one.
Okay, so thank you, Wanzi. I think the final thought from my part for the day, if we are all able to see my screen, I don't know if we can see my screen. I've shared the branding guidelines. I'm sure by now we all have the CDF branding guidelines. So from the guideline document, I've gone to page 9. Are we all able to see my screen?
Yes, we are.
Yes, sir. So for those that were asking about the colors, if we are using the national colors, there's the color codes in the branding guidelines for us to actually get the actual shade of the colors. So if you go to page 9 of the branding guidelines, I think we'll look on how we can use these hexadecimal numbers and the RGB numbers on the website tomorrow, so that using the actual numbers, we can pick the actual shade of the color. So if you're using the national colors and you decide to use the green, the official green is this one, and it has its hexadecimal figures, the percentages, and what. So we'll see how we can incorporate those into our website tomorrow. So I'll post the branding guidelines on the group, but we can also look at it, and that's where we pick the actual color codes for the colors that we might be using if we're using national colors to beautify our website. So I think that's a final thought. I'll completely now hand over to Mr. Ngulube so that he can conclude and we can call it a day. Mr. Ngulube, are you there? Okay, I think Wanzi has probably...
I'm here.
Oh,
no, I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry,
yeah.
you had something for me?
No, I'm saying I'm finally handing over to you to now do the closing for today. I think we are done for the day, and give
Okay.
us guideline for when we are meeting next.
Okay, sure. Okay. In terms of numbers, I think in terms of numbers, I'm grateful. I think the numbers are as good as yesterday, if not more. We appreciate your time, and let's continue having this. I think for this week, guidance is that we should dedicate at least so that by Friday, I know tomorrow, if we can't do it by 10, we'll be doing it at 14, so that at least we grasp as much as we can. For this week, I think for the whole week, we'll be doing them until Friday, so that we have something to look at. And credentials, don't worry about them. You continue receiving them. Let's be practicing, and please, 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 once you get your credentials, let's not go where we haven't guided. It's very easy for your website to go offline or to crash just by going where you're not supposed to click. I really humbly requesting that let's not explore where you're not comfortable. Even if it's late, you can send a message. If I click this here, what do you think it? We can even post in the group. Don't feel shy to find out if I do this, what's the repercussion? Because we are all here to learn, and let's get as much knowledge as we can from this. I know you've got network challenges and other challenges. We shall dedicate a day in the week where we'll spend even 30 minutes to talk about those, so that we can make a comprehensive report and we submit to our superiors. So before we close, I think the director is still in. Maybe she has some closing remarks that she would like to put up across before we close. Director, we invite you again.
Thank you so much, Wanzi, and just to thank everyone for turning up in good numbers to attend this training. Just to continue encouraging you that close your ears, because you continue hearing negative sentiments. Focus on your work, okay? Even as you do that work for your institutions, you're equally building yourselves, your skills, you know? You never know where you find yourself tomorrow. So don't be discouraged, okay? Continue, pushing and see where you can take your institutions. We want you to be shining in those institutions where you are. We want you to register presence. We want people to realize that ICT officers are actually around here. This scenario of us being looked down upon, it's us to raise ourselves and clear it. Okay, when you put up a good piece of work, everyone will be marveling at what you are doing. Remember, we are also eyeing these websites to become the payment gateways, to become interactive, where people can upload applications and things like that. If you look at the Mongo one, we would want to elect it now to another level where it becomes interactive with the community. Okay, it has what it takes, and we need to take it to the next level. So endeavor to also get to where that website is. You can see your colleague, Mijelo, is facilitating on behalf of the ministry. This is not the only place where you'll be facilitating. You may be invited to facilitate somewhere else. So we want to be rotating people. We don't want just Mijelo himself alone to be coming, and then you begin to complain to say, no, it's just Mijelo being invited by the ministry to do this work and that work. Elect yourselves, show yourselves. Okay, we are not saying compete. We are saying do your best, and let us be able to identify you where you are and connect with you and appreciate the work that you are putting in. So thumbs up for coming into this workshop, and we wish you all the best. Continue putting in your part, and we'll meet you where we are able to. Thank you so much to the facilitators. Continue doing the good work that you are doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director. So at this point, I'll allow Brian to close.
I had handed over for you to close, but anyway, I'll close. Colleagues, thank you so much. For those that would want assistance away from the official links and what, we can still talk on the side and colleagues and help each other and still have one-on-ones until we get to a point where we are comfortable. Thank you for the day. We are free to leave the meeting. The meeting is closed.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Bye.